Yeah, I mean,
Go that far.
if they really,
Did,
not officially. She's out in the hall, but I know she's taking care of something, so
Oh,
we have a forum, so you're fine.
okay,
That's fine.
so anyway, it's 12:01 by the satellite clock here, and so thus constituting a quorum, I'd like to call to order the meeting of the Recreation and Parks Board for the city of Port Lavaca. The first thing we have on our agenda is general discussion and hear statements from citizens.
And my name is Irene Stella Cruz, and I was here just because I attended the Cinco de Mayo celebration down at the Bayfront and went to the women's bathroom. And I think the women's bathroom needs a little bit of attention there because summer nights is coming up and there's going to be a lot of people down there. Did notice that there was a building that was a restroom but was not open, and I'm just kind of wondering why, if they're working on it or why. Just kind of want to bring that to y'all's attention. That it needs a little bit, it needs a little attention.
Which one is that, Irene? The one to the left or the right, if you're facing it?
So I was in the pavilion and you walk out of that first building right there by the park, right there, that's solid building. It was there was two doors closed and then there was the women's and then there was the men's, but there was only one and there was only two, I think there's 3 stalls, but 2 were only working.
Uh-huh.
And
I noticed that this weekend too.
Yeah. You know, to dry your hands. So us women,
Yeah.
that. But that's the only thing I noticed, and because the summer nights is coming up through the whole summer.
Right.
There's gonna be a lot of people down there. And I was wondering why the other bathroom, is it gonna be still in use or they're not gonna use it? That's the only thing I wanted to ask about that.
The other bathroom is still the victim of when we put all the new rock down there and the rocks got thrown in the toilets.
Mhm.
Because both of the drain lines coming from the toilets are plugged with those big rocks and we've got to bust concrete to get those drain lines replaced.
So summer nights, are they gonna have like porta potties?
Yeah, we have,
Oh, okay. Well, they didn't have it that day. They just had those open for Cinco de Mayo.
the porta potties.
Are always there. The ones that are, they're further down.
By the- Where they do the concerts.
Came out, the only thing we saw, they kept asking for, well, there was vendors, they had their.
Oh, maybe there's, because I wasn't down there, so you could.
They
Porta
had
potties are in
vendors.
front of the little alcove.
Oh, you mean where the vendors are on the back? I assumed they were for them. So when we asked for the bathroom, they sent us that way.
Those are permanent fixtures down there for restaurant beats.
But that's something I noticed, the women's bathroom's a little attention. I don't know about the men's. Do you notice anything? Now, that's all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other general discussion? All righty, if I've looked at my calendar correctly, the next meeting will be July 22nd. So mark your calendars as such. Anything else? No. Then we'll move on to item 2. Approved minutes from the regular meeting held April 22nd, 2026. So moved. You have a motion?
Second.
You have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
The next item on the agenda is item 3, receive monthly inspections report, the Public Works Department. Attached to the package. Anything to highlight there that you know of?
I'll be honest with you, I've been so busy this month. I only made it to the second inspection, so I have nothing to report on that.
Has anybody else noticed anything?
I'm sorry. I saw my computer again.
All righty, with that, we'll move on to item 4. Receive update on park assignments from park board members. Let's start with you, Greg.
Sterling Park needs a haircut. Other than that, it's good.
All the parks need a haircut.
Yes, they do. It's 8 inches of rain.
Yeah.
Oh.
City Park looks really well. The restrooms and everything is clean. I've been out there several times. And of course, like Greg says, it needs a haircut, but other than that, everything looks good out there at City Park. I don't know if y'all have gone by there or not, but they did put that pavilion over the,
It looks good.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. And I think it looks really good, but I'm just curious as why we can't get everything to match in a park. I mean, it's got metal and all my little canopies over the little thing, or I don't know, is that composition roof, over that? Like, why couldn't they put a composition roof over it
Everything will eventually match.
eventually,
Yeah, it just
10 years down the road?
Well, bottom line, we wanted something that had some color to it.
Right. So I'm just,
And what,
I just want to bring that up, that it seemed like none of our parks are uniform, It's just like, okay, I do like the metal roof. I think that's neat. It's also in the pavilion. But when I go to look at it, it's like, okay, blue, I kind of like the composition. It's more like earth, kind of earthy. But anyways, but it looks really nice. And thank you very much for everybody that donated. I know that there's a lot of talk about the $10,000 that was spent on it, but hey, we didn't spend it. They donated it.
well, and that was I mean, that's what they cost.
I know.
It's actually a good deal. We've spent 12,000, I think, on similar size.
Yeah. Well, I think we didn't spend a penny. So,
one
and that looks good. I do have some concerns on some other part, but I'll just wait till we get there.
All righty, I'll go next. I just took a drive through. Actually, I sat down at in my car right next to the fishing pier and had lunch down there a while ago. But while I was there, I was kind of looking around the park. And the park really looks good at Bayfront. Obviously, everything's nice and green, but obviously it's going to need to be mowed. And I know that we have events coming up. We have July 3rd for sure. And
July 4th.
we have the Bayfront Beats start on Saturday nights. And so
July 4th.
after that,
There'll be picnic at the Bayfront.
Okay.
After in case you don't know, there's a motorcade that'll start about 10 o'clock at the high school, and just everybody get in line at the high school, and everybody's gonna drive around town and end up at the Bayfront. And if you want, you can stick around and have a picnic, and there'll be some music and stuff out there.
What's the motorcade about?
150th birthday of America.
Oh, okay. Oh, no, I didn't know veterans or
Yeah, no,
riders.
the 250th birthday.
Thanks.
It's being sponsored by the County Historical Commission.
Okay. Thank you.
yes. So Bayfront Park is about to get very busy in general. And that's all I know at the moment. Socorro?
Yep. Both parks look good. They just, like I said, weeding, mowing grass. Other than that, they look good. Nothing to talk about.
You have Butterfly Park.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you been by Butterfly Park lately?
Yeah, I know. I like a new playground and everything else.
No. I mean,
Which
somebody, I used to have Butterfly Park, and so they stopped me and said, "Hey, what's going on over there?" And I said, "I really don't know. Let me go." And I went over there, and that fence, are they working on the ditch or the corporate thing?
we've got a project going on there where the
Yeah.
fence has to be down.
Oh, is that y'all? Because the equipment that was out there the day I went, and I already been there twice.
It's our contractors.
It's your contractor. Okay. It didn't say the city of Port Lavaca, but they left that fence wide open.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, there's an orange thing. All they had to do was spread it out. And
Even if we've hung that orange fence up several times, people take it down.
I understand, but still it's up there, and some little kid could slip and fall because this particular person had taken some children down there to go play. And they said they wanted to go down there. And I said, that's kind of steep.
Yeah.
And then so when I went to look to go see what they were talking about, there's even pieces of fence and everything down there. I mean, chain link fence. So, I mean, all they had to do was put it out. Now, if you took it down, that's your responsibility. I feel like then it's your fault, but it was up there. So then I went again, like yesterday, and it's still down. I noticed some of the equipment is gone. There was one piece that was there, but it didn't say the city of Port Lavaca. So,
We still got work going on back.
I mean, it takes 5 minutes to put that thing out and bring it out in the morning.
We put it up and they take it down.
Okay. Well, anyway, that was my concern. One of my concerns was Butterfly Park. And the water was, I'm sorry, Bill.
But
And the water was going by pretty fast. Go ahead, Bill. I'm sorry.
Wilson Park, same, just maintenance, yard work, everything else just needs some cutting. I hadn't been by Lighthouse Beach in a couple of weeks. But the last time I was there, I didn't see nothing stood out that needs to be addressed. Both parks are fairly good.
When you get in your pavilion, the basketball.
I don't know, I see it on this list, that's why I was wondering.
I know. I wondered, I said, okay, I'll wait on that one too.
Everybody keeps asking
Everybody-
me, when is it, you keep talking about they're gonna build it, when is it coming up?
When's it coming?
I see it too, but other than that, they both look great. I mean, really good.
Hey, thank y'all for the reports. We'll move on to the next item, which is item 5, receive financial status report on Parks and Recreation Department. Anything to highlight there on the financials?
Unless Jody has something. Everything
We're good.
at down the end of the budget year, so
Right.
tightening up the purse strings and just managing what we've got.
I know that council has budget workshops and stuff like that scheduled, so and everybody's going to be working on that. All right, thank you. Item 6, yes. Item 6, discuss monthly financial report on Lighthouse Beach RV Park Campground.
In your packet is an updated spreadsheet showing where we're at. Notice that June just goes, that's half the month, that goes through the 15th. But we're generating significant income, needed income with the beach fees. You can see where we're at with revenue on the left side with the RV park itself. We are getting increased traffic, interest in the RV park due to the Google ads that we're doing and working with Campground Launch. We did increase our Google stars from 4.3 to 4.4. So that's a positive note. We are still way ahead in generate the amount of money that we spent on Google ads versus the amount of revenue directly attributed to the Google ads. We're still way in the black, 768% to the good. So we will continue with that for the time being, at least. There's still a ways to go. We'd still like the occupancy more, but we're heading in the right direction.
Jody, do you show reservations picking up though? Like for the month of July? Because don't they go online now to show where they reserve and stuff like that?
I don't know that I don't know that I can look into the future. That's a good question. Because it doesn't show up on my report like
Right,
stuff.
right.
It's only what, like I said, my report goes through June 15th. So how to look at
Future, yeah. It's like we got the 4th of July going on and that kind of stuff. And I was wondering, if people were.
I believe that this report is when the reservation's booked. But I can clarify that. To see, but you can see here on the right-hand side, these are a number of booked reservations that are directly attributed to Google Ads.
Right.
then, and there's the number of total reservations. Which we look at, see, May last year was more. It still kind of fluctuates. See, last year, March was 39, this year was 53. April last year was 36, and we had 27. Like I said, there's not any definitive significant increase, but I think it is going in the right direction.
But wouldn't you say it's improving?
Yeah.
I mean, definitely keep the thing going. But I was just curious to see if it showed like I said, the 4th of July, and then don't we have something for Labor Day too? Don't we have something?
But like I said, I don't know if there's any way I can look at that in the future. It'll show, like last year's July,
Right.
we had 17% occupancy. We can know, I guess, in August, how July went.
Okay. I'm just curious. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
But I mean, bottom line, beach fees are helping and needed. And although, the Google ads and everything are costing us money, the data shows that it's paying for itself in reservations attributed to Google ads.
And I wanted to ask you another question, and I'm sorry, Matt. But are we getting more and more people buying passes for the Bayfront? I mean, the lighthouse? I'm sorry, the lighthouse? Are we showing an increase? Or daily?
I think most of the annual passes, most of what we're getting is daily, I think, for the most part.
Daily?
Anymore, yeah.
Are we getting an increase on those things right now this summer?
You can look on, on the right side, this beach fees.
I see that beach pass thing.
It was over $12,000. And we're only halfway through June with 67.
And that's the report I can generate from the machine at Lighthouse Beach. That's not adding in any revenue we're making here from people coming to City Hall to buy passes.
Yeah.
But so is that just telling us beach passes, not daily, just so we don't know if it's annual or whatever, right?
My spreadsheet separates them out.
Oh, it does?
But 98% of
Most of it's daily.
It's daily?
Were the veterans getting a discount as well, or?
No, we're gonna put that, when we take in August, when we do our first reading for new fees
Okay.
for council, that'll be one of the things we'll propose.
That's something they'll have to come to City Hall for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I had a veteran that's.
I think they
It's
should.
in the works and
There's no way I can set it up to verify it at the kiosk, so they'll have to come to City Hall to get it.
Yeah,
that, we'll propose that in the new feed.
as a disabled veteran, if you're over 50%, or if you're disabled, then you get to go in free to any state park. So state and federal, you just walk in and, sign in. Of course, you have to sign in and all that.
But
I didn't know.
the recommendation from Parks Board was just veterans in general, right?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the dollar amount.
The recommendation that the Parks Board had made, we looked at
That's
that,
what I thought. Yeah, it was,
veterans in general.
unless you just went disabled.
No, I think all of them. I feel like
That's
both
what
of
was
them.
discussed last.
That was
Like
discussed.
disabled and veterans.
Any veterans.
Right, any veteran, period. Okay. And they would get it for free?
Into the
That,
park.
that would,
Right.
yes,
That's
what
the
we
idea.
proposed to council.
Good. Sorry. I'm always interrupting.
Is that all? Are we done with Lighthouse Beach now? All right, thank you. Item 7, receive update on ongoing 2025-2026 capital improvement projects, including Butterfly Park fence, Wilson Park covered basketball court or courts, raised crosswalk sidewalk from splash pad to restrooms at Lighthouse Beach, and Texas Parks and Wildlife grant for design of improvements to Lighthouse Beach boat ramp entrance channel.
So I can cover the first three bullet points. The butterfly fence, butterfly park fence has been awarded and materials have been ordered. So as soon as they get their materials, they'll start on construction. Wilson Park. This,
Wait, on the fence is, they're gonna do the whole thing, right? Fence, gate and everything? Okay, I just wanna make sure.
The entire.
Oh, it's not?
It's just
the decorative wrought iron.
but I mean, but there's still, all I'm saying, it doesn't replace the entire wood fence. It's just one
No,
section.
it's the front part of it. The other side,
Yeah.
other part of the fence that we took down for the construction, we will put back up.
Because I mean, we had $40,000.
Yeah.
We bought purchase, yeah.
Moving on to Wilson Field, and the basketball courts and pickleball courts. This has been very problematic for us because our bids have ranged from 187,000 to 1.5 million.
So we're not gonna do the pickleball?
Technically, we're gonna do both,
So we got the funds for it?
provided that the company that bid us the 187,000 for the basketball court and the pickleball courts is on a purchasing cooperative.
But that's only for the courts, not covered.
That's, I'll get to that. We'll award that contract and get that project going, moving so we can get it done. And then we'll have to come back at a later date to build a cover over the basketball courts because that project doesn't include it. But the cover, the building part of it just blows the pricing out of the water and makes it unaffordable for us.
So pickleball doesn't have a cover, does
No.
it? Just the basketball?
Just the basketball.
And it's that much more just for having it covered?
Well, I mean, it's not, I don't,
Those are the bids we've got. So.
Okay,
yeah, we're still.
is there a lot of maintenance on a pickleball? There isn't, is there? Same thing, right? More or less? I'm just curious.
Just like volleyball.
Right, that's like I'm thinking.
My kid, they go to high school and play on tennis court.
Tennis court?
Plenty of tennis courts for that around.
Well, I hear a lot of people go to all the way to Victoria to go play.
The YMCA also,
They started at the
they
Y?
do, yeah, they have a thing to do at the gym.
Yeah.
Okay, I still say get rid of the pickleball.
Me too.
And just put a cover over the basketball.
It's the pickleball courts are a minuscule part of this project.
Hey,
It's a little small pad. It's not, and the number of people that want it way outnumber the number of people that don't want it.
Yeah.
hey, the basketball cover though, I mean, I understand what the cover is and everything, but we're still gonna put lights, even though we're not gonna have the cover, or no? On the basketball court?
It's right there by the lights. We just got to put
No.
lights on the backside of the pole.
So no.
Skate park.
I mean, the lights for the basketball end up having to be under.
Once we put a cover on it, we'll put lights in
Right.
the building.
Right, but for right now,
But for now, there'll be lights mounted on the pole at the skate park because that's where the basketball court's going to be. Is next.
okay, I'm just curious, because I figured the lights would be on the cover.
Structure can be independent and it's more economical for it to be independent of the court. At the court, if a professional made court, and then we can create a roof over it that's supported with.
What is the price again for the cover for the basketball court?
Well, my quotes range from 187,000 to 1.5 million.
But the
1.5 million.
included the cover.
Just metal. God, my.
That's a lot of money.
But the,
Big increase.
That's, I mean, yeah, there's no way we're gonna.
It
do
comes
that.
with a fishing boat, Socorro.
Those guys.
Just keep
Should we
in
put it
mind,
in the CIP?
this is a very large footprint and it has to be windstorm approved. So there's a lot of extra engineering that goes into it.
There's always a lot of extra when we're living on the coast. Okay, well, that was depressing.
Sure.
So, and moving on to the sidewalk, we're working through designs for that right now.
And in fact, I looked at that over the weekend because I just need to sit down with you and look at some of the drainage before we put that sidewalk.
Once we get this designs finalized, I'll get somebody to put that in. And then I'll turn the grant stuff over.
And the Parks and Wildlife grant to design the improvements to the Lighthouse Beach Boat Ramp entrance channel. We were awarded that grant. I've got the paperwork on my desk for the mayor to sign it. And we have a match amount that we'll budget for next year of 60,000. So this project actually does the design and permitting for that work. And as soon as we get that done and the design done and the permit sent off, then we can apply to Parks and Wildlife for construction funding, which of course would require a more significant match and something that we will have to, once we have an idea of how much this is really going to cost, we'll have to, I'm sure, look for funding to help us with the match dollars, because it'll be a significant amount of money.
So we're gonna have to apply for another grant,
Yes, this
basically?
this grant will help us pay for the engineering and the Army Corps permitting.
So no work.
No work, just,
Yeah, I mean, I understand that. I understand that too, but what I'm saying is no land or,
no construction.
right, thank you.
And then as soon as the permits, out the door and Army Corps has it and
Uh-huh.
the design basically done, a cost estimate, then we can apply to Parks and Wildlife for construction funding.
But Jody, that doesn't guarantee us that we get awarded the grant, right?
No, I mean, but there's other funding sources, because it's going to be more than we're going to be able to absorb ourselves without a grant. But there's, Parks and Wildlife, there's KEPRA, there's other GLO. I mean, KEPRA probably is not, it's not going to be an option because they don't do bulkheading. But CMP may be an option with GLO. I mean, there's other grant programs that we can look into in addition to Parks and Wildlife.
Once we get the engineering plans and everything, there should be good for 5 years, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, we'll have a shovel-ready project then. Because the key is that you can't do anything without an Army Corps permit.
Right.
So we need the design and the permit. The Army Corps permit's going to take a year at least from the time you send it to them. So in that time frame, you're looking for money for funding sources.
Okay, well, I'm just a little concerned that we did all this and then we don't get a grant.
I mean, there's always that risk.
Possibility,
You
yeah.
don't do anything for sure you're not going to get.
Yeah. Okay, well, our hands are kind of sort of tied.
I think the next item is the improvements to the boat ramp.
What?
The lighthouse, number 8.
Okay. Anything else on that item? All right, thank you. Item A, discuss the rules pertaining, pertaining to the maximum duration of stay at Lighthouse Beach.
I think we just wanted to bring this up. I know Janice brought this up to me a couple times, whether we want to on the hillside spots to allow, if not more than 6 months, at least do away with the 2-week gap. She said that there's a lot of people that that turn away, that go elsewhere because of our 6-month limit and the fact that they're going to have to leave after 6 months and have to, can't even just move spots. We're not suggesting any changes necessarily for waterfront, but in an attempt maybe to get more occupancy in the park, to consider changing rules on at least part maybe of the hillside. Anyway, just bring it up for discussion.
And this has a benefit, and it also has a downside. The benefit is you have more people occupying the park. we can increase occupancy and increase revenue. The downside is then you get those that want to try and make it into a permanent stay place. And also the visits we're gonna get from other RV park owners that we're taking away their business again.
But then we wouldn't have a duration. I mean, that's the other thing. I mean, if you're gonna get rid of the 2-week thing, then why do we even have a duration, right? I mean, it's up to y'all. I think that if we get rid of the duration, then yeah, you were gonna be right. You're gonna have the homesteaders that are gonna sit out there forever. Can we control that? Somebody controlling somebody that's gonna be there forever? Like, I mean, what do they do? Put junk cars and,
Year, and then it's still, you can't, I mean, yeah, if somebody's gonna be there more a year, it's. But.
That's the whole thing is that's why we brought it to you to discuss, because there are pros and cons to it either way.
She just has mentioned to me that there's been a number of people that go.
right,
When I originally brought this, it was because we had those people in the park that were using it as their permanent residence. I mean, that's why we told the post office the RV park is no longer going to accept mail, because we had people that just lived there. We didn't want that. We wanted to be a destination RV park where we brought in the tourism, not locals living in it, because it's cheaper than everywhere else.
And the other thing that's been brought to my attention, and I'm not an expert on the subject by any means, but that, I've had some people tell me that the hillside spots are not really conducive to the traveling public anymore. The tourists that are running around over the country in their vans or RVs, or whatever, they're going to be wanting the waterfront. And the hillsides are too small and narrow for them to comfortably vacation there. And so, I don't know, that's why they were thinking it would be that we're not necessarily losing out by saying, having somebody that's going to be there for 6 to 9 months or something, because they're not somebody that's really traveling the country and a tourist truly, they're not going to necessarily want those spots. That's what I was told, because they were kind of small.
so what are you suggesting?
That's what I'm suggesting.
A year, 9-month duration or what?
Ones, to look at maybe extending, more than 6 months. If
We
somebody,
recommend 9 months
yeah,
to council, and
So you go with your 6 months and then have them apply for a 90-day extension. 1 time or 2 times, and that way you control
I mean, that's an
That's the
idea. And that way, if
whether they stay there or not.
quality, yeah.
That is a good
they
idea,
can, they
Greg.
can provide why they need to be.
A lot of these.
That's really good.
Work in the plants, and a lot of times these guys, they come, if there's a big project, say Formosa, and it's gonna last 8 months, they're not gonna wanna go there if they're gonna get kicked out in 6 months.
Exactly.
So,
But you base your
gonna go job somewhere else.
inspection as to how well they kept the property.
Right, if they've been a bad tenant or making
Yeah,
problems,
exactly.
we don't say no, but
So-
they've been,
So you can go up to 2 extensions and
that's a good
that's it, but kill it at 2.
the year.
You go 1, so you got 6 plus 90 days, 9 months. But then you inspect that property on a monthly basis or whatever.
And I think a factor in that extension business would be, if we're starting to get a lot more inquiries about people wanting to just come in and we don't have space.
Yeah, then
Then we would say, okay, we're not doing extensions right now because
because of
the
the
demand is such that we need to make room for other people to be able to come in. So,
Right.
yeah, that's a pretty good option. And
I like that one.
we,
Do I take action on it?
Yeah, yes, make a recommendation.
I make a recommendation that we go upon Greg's what do you want to call it?
Well,
Extension?
290-day up
290 up to 290 days extension stay at the Lighthouse
based on the inspection.
Okay, I'm sorry, before I make it, let me withdraw that. Are we talking just the hillside, right? We're talking about just the hillside. We're not talking about the waterfront.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, then I want to make a recommendation that we accept the proposal from Greg on no more than two extensions, sorry, on the hillside, RV site.
90, up to
So
90
the
days,
six-
up to 290
6 months and then.
The two, right, so
Plus
that would be the other
the
6.
possibility of 290 days
Right, correct,
extensions.
right.
They can submit a request.
I have a second on that.
Yeah, I would, at the last month, have them submit if they're going to apply for that extension or not. That way
They
you
give
know
you
if they want them to stay or not.
30-day notice that they're making
Yeah.
that.
I like it, I like it.
Send them a letter or
And
whatever.
we can come up with some guidelines on it.
Yes, we can formalize the details, but in general, Olga's made the motion that we do that. I need a second,
A second.
whichever.
Yeah, go ahead.
All in favor?
Uh,
Okay. Still passed.
I just want to specify this hillside only,
Wow, how nice to solve a problem,
right?
or at least the viable solution.
Yeah, they got to box it.
You get an attaboy, Trey.
Oh,
You get an attaboy. You had breakfast this morning, didn't you?
oh, I got my hearing aid. So I can hear.
Okay, moving on now. Item 9, discuss capital improvements project for 2026-2027 fiscal year.
No, we had our meeting. I didn't bring, we don't have a lot of new next year.
We don't have
I think
Nothing.
just looking at trying to complete
the cabanas,
there you go.
Lighthouse Beach, the lights at the Bower. Those are,
The 60,000 match for the Lighthouse Beach engineer. Basically, it's gonna be a tight year. So I don't think there was any significant new. Oh, no, we do have in there our match for, because I didn't report on that, the match for the Lemon Cove Boardwalk at Bayfront Park. That, we did get word back from the Army Corps that we're good to go. So Urban Engineering is working on the design right now. And so that will be, our project for sure next year. We'll get that one done.
Could we add a little project to that? And I'm talking about the lighting at the Memorial Park. The lighting that we have there and the lights that we have that flexible centerpiece on the lights. So when we get some really, really strong winds, it'll throw them out. And at one time I had asked whoever was working with me to look at LED lighting, which is more stable and wind produced. I mean, because that lighting, the filaments in there, and they're expensive. And now it's more expensive to go up there and climb up there, change that light, and then wait. And the way our winds work down here, it's terrible.
Is that just a flood? Is that an AEP floodlight that we pay for?
it's our light.
I know, but okay, so it's not an AEP floodlight. It's just,
It's just a mercury vapor lamp.
oh, okay.
Yeah, we got those. At first, we got them from the school, but then we've replaced them several times. And I know that I've talked to.
I've been meaning to talk to Adolfo to see if we can just purchase a couple of their LED lights to put up there.
I mean, we should be able to. I mean,
Not one that they would manage, but
okay,
we could purchase and
yeah, we'll look into that.
Yeah, it's because then you're getting calls and I'm getting calls and I don't care. If I get a call, I'm gonna go look. I'm gonna go stay up there for all. But the problem is that we have no way of sustaining the lights that are up there because of the wind and, whatever storms we get.
On the CIP, back on the CIP, did we put anything about the road out there at Wilson? I know you say you were tight this year, but fixing the road.
It's done. Looks
That was maintained,
That's good.
that's under maintenance, but that not, no, there's there's not enough for like.
The outside road has been.
Like to the basketball park and, I mean, to the basketball court and to that thing, nothing yet?
The basketball court's gonna be on the main road going in.
When can we put it in the CIP?
When we get, I mean, right now, everything's pretty tight.
That's what I hear.
That's what, you know what, I mean, again, we don't have all our final, property tax figures. Again, that can be something that potentially we could use tourist monies for. But we just have to wait and see how much money the tourist is going to generate and what other priorities are in there, but
Because no,
it's still on the list.
Right.
We don't have funding for it.
we need to put it somewhere for eventually being in the CIP. And then the thing about it is we're gonna get now busier with pickleball and basketball
It's scheduled in there somewhere,
somewhere.
but
I just don't want you to forget it.
all of my CIP stuff has been pushed back. Now,
Yeah,
keep in mind, we've had a really great 7-year run. We've accomplished a lot, but the funds have dried up. Now we've got to let those funds replenish.
I mean, right now, you just understand that everything's costing more
Oh, yeah.
and all our revenues are down. Because things are costing more, sales tax is down. Like I said, we still waiting to hear exactly property tax. But we're kind of in this year, we're gonna have to just kind of reset a little bit. Now, I don't have all the property tax figures back yet, so maybe it will be won't be as tight as we're afraid it's gonna be, but we won't know that until the end of latter part of July. So we're assuming right now we're not going to have a whole lot more than we had last year.
Anything on the CIP for Black Rock? I'm calling it Black Rock until we get a name for it.
And yes, but where that's at, I will give you an update on that. I still don't have a date, but the last time I talked to Anne Marie, she said that everything was mailed out and they're just waiting for the heirs to receive it and recognize it, and then it'll go to court. I'm anticipating that we're going to be able to purchase it. I'm hoping by October-ish. Once we purchase it, and see, that's grant funds. And then once we purchase it, I've got $250,000 of grant funds to then hire the engineer to do the engineering and permitting. This is another one. We do that once we have the engineering permitting, then we make application for construction dollars.
Right.
That one will be eligible for GLO, KEPR or CMP. Both, that's a very excellent project for both those programs. There's a really good chance we will be successful with those. But it's a long process. I mean, the next time we can apply for KEPR grant would be next June. The problem, I mean, and we might be able to, if in fact we can purchase this property in October, they may get it done. It should be able to get done in time. We can apply in June.
How about our master plan? How's that going?
The master plan on parks, that one is, I mean, basically it's ready for us to have our last public session. And we've just had so much going on. We're trying to schedule that for some time in July, I'm hoping. And once we kind of trying to work around the comprehensive plan meetings and council's budget meetings, trying to set something up that we think people can attend. And I will, once we get that date, I'll get with y'all and make sure you guys can be there too. But I'm thinking sometime the latter part of July. I know the comprehensive plan, I think that's penciled in for like July 20th. So sometime around there, because it can't happen both at the same time.
I mean, you're
Got a
not,
lot going on.
I was gonna say, you're busy.
Right,
And then you got the budget going
no
on?
point in doing it, and we need to schedule it to where people can participate. The idea is hopefully to get our last community meeting scheduled, get that done to where we can adopt it as the official plan at the August meeting, and if not, that for sure, the September meeting.
All righty.
Thank you.
Now that we've been off track for a while,
Easy now.
let's get back to the agenda. The next item on the agenda is item 10, receive presentation from Michael Sanchez and discuss public art opportunities through city parks.
Okay, Michael's not here, and I don't know if anyway, he and I have been working on a possibility of a mural on the causeway side of the restroom. And so this is what he's come up with. And so I just want to bring this to y'all, see if you guys had if this looked good, if you had any comments or wanted something different. Again, it's along, people are going to be looking at this driving 55 to 90 miles an hour on the causeway. So it doesn't need a lot of detail, and
Can we change the bird?
Huh? This is a pelican. So I mean, I don't know what. This is a brown pelican. So whatever.
Maybe a pink flamingo, but I don't like that.
That's what we're looking for input from.
Yeah.
What about a fish? I mean, don't we have fishes all over the place?
Or a kingfisher,
Yeah,
those are beautiful birds.
yeah. I don't know about this one, Jody.
Or a
You don't
flock
like a
of seagulls.
pelican?
I'm here for the pelican, but that's my personal opinion. What do y'all think?
Well, I like a sand crab or something.
Oh, that would be even better, a sand crab, but I mean, we got fishes all up and down
This is not a stingray, they're fish. Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I mean, pelicans are just from Pelican.
I'm thinking of Pelican Island.
Yeah.
Yeah. But go ahead.
When I was regularly crossing the causeway, it wasn't unusual to see pelicans
Well,
flying up and down.
the big
Fly right
fish.
beside you.
They still have yards every
They
day.
still fly up and down next to the causeway.
Oh, yeah, they'll drive right by you. They'll float.
They are a dominant species here. Now, back in the 70s, we never saw pelicans.
It's fun to watch them fish.
Huh?
It's fun to watch them fish.
Well, they were nearly extinct until, they brought them back.
Yeah.
I don't.
They actually dive into the water.
I
I
don't
know
have,
we have them over here at the bayfront. I've seen them there, but I've never seen them over there at the fishing pier.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're everywhere.
Anywhere you got
Get up.
small bait or fish, even if leftovers on the pier, that pelican are gonna go get it.
and this is not Port O'Connor, but if you go down to the fishing docks, the places there, they're walking all over the place, the pelicans, but that's not Port Lavaca. But yeah, I don't really see them walking around too much here, but I see them flying a lot. But anyway, the idea is we've had kingfisher.
Something, to me, is I'd like to see something catchy that reminds the people that are driving about Port Lavaca. What do we see mostly? And we've had lots of, if you'll go out to the bird walk out there, you'll see all kinds of species of birds. You can take your pick. A pelican to me only reminds me of a sea vulture, just they're waiting to eat what's left over or catch a little fish or whatever. It's not conducive to mice.
So you want a different wetlands bird?
Yeah.
That might be different to me.
Why not put multiple? Why just put one bird?
If you put a pink
Well,
flamingo
again,
in
the only thing is we don't want to make it too busy
I've never seen a
because it's
pink flamingo here.
I have. Go to the
Yes.
boardwalk.
Are they regularly?
They're them spoonbill, the other ones, and
Pink, of course, the ones I've seen, they're some of them light and dark and everything, but I've seen it.
At one time.
they're-
What?
These are.
Gotta do that.
Never seen one.
Seagulls.
yeah.
All they walk on.
We got those.
Bills. On water. When you come in Port Lavaca, a lot of times you think of sand crabs. So when teams are coming.
Okay, well, I'm sure he can do any bird.
Well, seen blue herons.
Like some,
Somebody's hiring.
to Texas.
Those are a quite big bird. They're not as big as a Oh, well, okay.
Well, what's his way of thinking on this? I mean, maybe I'm not seeing the artist.
No, I mean,
Point of view
I
here.
think it generally is. He does like the Pelican and the Pelican because of Pelican Island and what's
Sure.
the name?
They're residual birds. I mean,
The,
they're good.
the
But
guy
it's
that
just-
restored the Pelicans. I mean, that's kind of the motivation.
Okay, anything else on that?
I want it all
I mean,
red.
I can tell you that, we're,
Oh, really?
we're
Howdy from-
putting some money in next year.
I think the white jumps out
I think
and with a contract.
some of that
that's it. Yeah.
Most likely will end up in the parks. But we'll be,
I'm not necessarily a big fan of his, but this,
I want
I
to stay consistent with the artist for this building because he's done the other two sides. Anything else, we'll go out for a call for artists to see if we get other interest.
You know, I like the sunset on the picture that you have there. I would rather have a beautiful sailboat sitting on that instead of the bird. I mean, that goes with what we're all about. You know,
Sailboat.
the-
you know,
The
No.
porpoise next to the sailboat line, I'm at,
Porpoise, but
Yeah.
the sailboat is our logo.
yeah.
So the beautiful sunset with our logo on there, I mean, that's Fort Lock. I would even like to see on there Sparkling City by the Sea.
Easy now.
All righty,
I don't know if they
moving
take
on.
sparkling,
Moving
might
on.
take glowing.
Last item, 11. Receive updates on Ashley Fields of ongoing updates.
You guys should have my rendering in your packet for the new sign for Ashley Field. Well, I did so, yes. That it's currently being made and will be installed once we get the lights taken care of, and AEP has been approved to do the lights, so I'm just waiting on them to get that complete. And
Where's it at? Where's it gonna be at? In the concession stand?
No,
now, can be by the field at the front.
I'm just asking.
When you pull in the parking lot, it'd be right there at the front designating field.
Home, actually.
you already figured out where you're gonna put those lights?
Saw a bunch of orange barrels out there. 4 lights. Thank you.
All righty, I like that sign.
Thank you.
Well, that's my rendering. The Announcements Plus has improved it. So to make it match our park signs. But this was what I had come up with and I sent to Lorena before it got sent to Sign Place.
You know, we're gonna have to get a new sign went up in a Chili Park. Everybody knows it is Chili Park.
Okay, the next item I'm gonna ask for is a motion to adjourn. Before we do, I'd like to say congratulations to Jody for her permanent appointment as city manager.
Yeah.
I got one more thing before we go. I talked to Jody about our Memorial Park
Oh,
and
yes.
the pavers up there. I looked it up on ordering the paver. Now, we're asking, do you want me to do this on an agenda or do we have a general discussion?
You know what, I don't know whether that is. And I
Require action?
through, we need to research, we haven't researched it, try and find the original agreement and everything.
Yeah, that's,
And so let us do that, and then if it needs to go through the parks board, we'll put it in
yeah,
there.
let me explain it to you guys.
Yeah, but just in general,
In general, back in 2011, when we started organizing to get the memorial up there running, I grabbed, and it's never been done before, but I grabbed all 3 veterans, which was the VFW, American Legion, and the American GI Corps. We had our first Veterans Council And we did everything, and what we started doing when we got the pavers and it was Memorial, so we started charging, or we decided to charge $80 for a paver, which everybody could afford. You bought 5, you got 4, and it went from there. My deal right now is that at that time, we were doing okay. I mean, we'd get a paver, it cost like $12. Shipping was hardly anything. Right now, at this time, I'm getting 1 or 2 pavers, maybe every 2-3 months. But if I order 1 paver, and that's because people are complaining that I'm not putting the pavers up there soon enough. So I'm trying to get them in so I can keep them off the city's back. But the paver went from costing us $12 to almost $21.50. What's killing me or killing the city is that we're paying over $40 just to ship their 1 paver. So I'm asking our city manager to look into this so that possibly we could raise the prices in there, so at least we can make 50.
Yeah,
I mean-
we need to at least break even.
Yeah,
And so we just got to look and
break
see
even or more, because
the original agreements and how that.
the deal for the memorial was to be an everlasting deal. So you put the pavers in to pay for that, but the way our system is here with the winds and the rains and all of that, just putting up a set of flags over there, we're looking at almost $1,800 to $2,000 just in flags.
Dang.
And we do that at least 3 to 4 times a year, depending on the weather. It's been good. It hasn't been that windy. So I put one right at the end of April before that, but Jody will get a call that the American flag is so tore up. I have to, and I can't do 1 flag. I got to do them all because they all need it.
Yeah, because I just need to research that because those rates aren't even on our rate schedule. So I'm not sure. I got to go back and see how that's being done.
That was an agreement with us and the city manager back in the time. And that's like in 2014 when we started putting them there. Well, I've been putting them ever since.
But what I'm saying, we may need to somehow add it to our rate schedule. We can do all that.
Yeah.
In August.
Whatever the city needs to do, but I think we need to.
But bottom, yes,
It's
because
too bad we can't order the pavers through Amazon and get free shipping.
Well, I'll tell you something else. We even tried going to a guy that was doing them in Victoria. However, the lettering on the paver that he was doing did not match the paver lettering that we have now.
And it was different process.
Way different, and so we had to reorder again, so it even cost us more. That's fine. But, yeah, I'd like to at least have that on the.
I think when we had this discussion before, we said we didn't have any objection to raising the price. And I don't know that that's something that we need to recommend as a Parks Board or not, but
research and see exactly how.
pardon?
That's why I got to research and see how, because they're not in our rate schedule.
Right.
So how does it need to be in our rate schedule? So we'll just take it.
You know, I was on the Parks Board when that thing was built, or before that thing was built. And I don't remember the Parks Board having any
No, I don't think they did. I agree with you, but
any stake in it. It was
I think
strictly
it should. It is. part-
sitting in the council.
Yeah, Lorraine, don't let me forget to do that.
Okay, so
As busy
Anyway,
as needs.
may I have a motion that we
I
adjourn?
make the motion to read.
Second.
Yes.
Have a
All in
motion,
favor?
second, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, guys.
I've never seen